Gaffer, how do you reflect on what's been a frustrating night here at Plainmoor?
Yeah, I thought the game was 50-50 for most of the time. I felt we've been unlucky with Wright coming off, who's a big experienced player. Our two centre halves were not available. Our midfield player with experience is not available. So then your best right back in the league has got to play centre half, Ben Winter. So it was just one of them games that unfortunately towards the end we couldn't sustain the pressure on them. You know, they took the game over and started running us into the ground. Took the last 20 minutes, and obviously when the big leg comes on, they go forward. They play the long ball, of course, which they're going to do, and then unfortunately we got done with a back heel from a 6'7" lad, and we couldn't get the game back, and we tried to get further up the pitch, made a couple of substitutions, and unfortunately they got in on the one that they slid in. Before that, we had a couple of great chances and probably a couple of penalty decisions that didn't go our way. So, you know, it's a little bit of us, a little bit of them going for it at the end there. Changed their shape 3 times, so we had to be aware of that. And yeah, we needed to tuck one of them game goals in when it was 50-50, and we'd have then tried to have seen the game out, but. That's my assessment.
Like I said, Gaffer, you're almost down to the bare bones, and losing a player like Danny Wright at any time is always frustrating. For it to be just 5 minutes into the game, that blows all the plans out the window, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. But it just shows that we're going to need a bigger, stronger squad. You know what I mean? You know, that's you know, the board are very much in agreement with that. But you have to find the right people, because you can easily make yourself worse. And it's not easy to find the players that you want, because everybody else wants the players that you want, and sometimes is willing to pay big money for them, of course, as we've heard in the week with a few signings. So, but we'll keep going. You know, we're still 8 games, 16 points. We could afford to lose one, and I think people have to realise and be a little bit realistic about the strength of the teams in the top half. You know, just because we're Torquay doesn't matter. It doesn't mean to say that the other teams, we can just, you know, run over them. Do you know what I mean? I think some people sound like they expect it's like Sunday League. You know, expect you to win it, beat every team. And there's some strong teams in this league, and we want to be one of them. And we've done all right previously when we had most people fit. So we need to add to that as and when we can. And of course, if people are coming in, then people are going to have to go out. That doesn't mean to say you're better players, of course. It means the ones that are on the periphery and might only be in the team or on the bench because you haven't got anybody else. So, you know, we've got 10 days that we're going to work on it. By tomorrow we'll be working, me and Downsy and my brother, and we'll be looking for recruits and pushing a little bit more to bring people in that we need.
Because there wasn't a lot to choose between the two sides for the majority of the game, and actually there was one point where Marnie Little broke through there, and his pass had just been a little bit kind of lemon herring. So we
go one up, I know, and that's how tight it all is. That's why when it's 50-50, you have to take your chance. But in that second half, we didn't get stronger, we got weaker towards the end. I know they scored the 2 and it looks it, but we looked like we was hanging on in there last 20 minutes, and that was poor, because my team's always finished strong, but it's a little bit because a lot of the players there have not had many games, but I had no choice. You know, some of them I had to put in, and then I crossed my fingers. So we need to go out and get, you know, get some people for our squad.
And finally, Gaffer, obviously you have got this break now, but the National League doesn't get any easier for you because the next home game, of course, is Wrexham here at home.
Great. You know, and as I say, I think people have got to see it through right to the end. The supporters have got to stay with it because we don't know what's going to happen. 2 points a game gets us up there, and that's what we've done so far. I keep saying it because we're going to lose some games, but we've got to win 2 and lose 1, and you still will make the playoffs if you get six points from 3 games. I've got to find a team to do that.
The message sounds very much like, Gaffer, if you're getting 2 points from every game up to the end of the season, we're not going to go too far wrong, are we?
No, we're going to be there or thereabouts for sure. And as I say, we've competed with a decent team. They've done well. They won 5. We come up against the player who scored 8 in the last couple of games for them, and we lost our main striker after 6 minutes. They kept theirs for like the whole game. So the ones that we can rely on in our group, I've got I owe it to them to find some new blood, if you like, as a squad. So I've got a bench that I want to put people on. I've got people that are not even on the bench that I want to put on. Do you know what I mean? That's what we need to build. We've started it, but we're talking to a lot of people and a lot of players and a lot of agents, etc. So hopefully at least one will pop up as soon as we can.
Well, thank you for joining us. Very much appreciated.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.